Hey everyone, Julia from Sunday Sounds here. In this video, we're going to take a look at our song-specific patch designed in the style of the song you see on the screen. I'm going to demonstrate this song patch in its original key and at its original tempo. You can change the key you play or hear the song patch in by using Easy Transpose, and you can change the tempo as well. Details on how to adjust both the key and the tempo are included in your download. For this video, I'll be demonstrating the MainStage version of this song-specific patch. If you purchase the Ableton Live version, you'll be able to use this video to follow along just the same, seeing as the hand positions, song sections, layer ranges, and sound of the patch are the same. In MainStage, you'll use your mod wheel to move through the various song sections. In Ableton, you'll use the macro knob labeled Song Section. Be sure to check out the full demo video for this song patch to see all the parts and sections in order and how we move the song section control throughout the song. This song patch has piano, organ, pads, arps, and bass all triggered in the left hand range, which stretches from here up to here. When the song section control is down, there is a piano sound from this note all the way up to this note, though you'll play most of your chords right in this middle range. There is a synth sound from this note up the rest of the keys. When the song section control is at 1/3 or above, there are some chords triggered in this upper left-hand range. You'll start the song with the song section control all the way down. For your intro, down chorus, down turnaround, and the instrumental. At 1/3 will be your verses, medium chorus, and the down bridge. At 2/3 will be the refrain, medium instrumental, and medium bridge. And all the way up will be the big bridge, tag, and the outro. And remember that whether you're in MainStage or Ableton Live, these positions are the same. For the intro, you'll have the song section control all the way down. You'll just play single notes in the lowest octave of your left-hand range, which for this intro you'll just be holding out the tonic note of your key for however many measures your band decides to do. Typically, it's 4 measures. For the verses, you'll have the song section control at 1/3. You'll play octaves in your left hand and chords in your right hand. I'll show you how I like to voice these chords. You'll also be playing these chords in a syncopated pattern, like this. The second time you play the verse, it will be half as long and you'll play everything the same way. For the down chorus, you'll have the song section control all the way down. You're going to play single notes in the lowest octave of your left hand and chords in your right hand. For this chorus, you'll just stay on the tonic note of your key. Your right hand can alternate between a 1 chord and a 5 suspended chord, which sounds like this. For the medium chorus, you'll have the song section control at 1/3. You'll play octaves in your left hand and chords in your right hand. I like to voice these chords similarly to the verse. Sometimes I like to play the minor 6 chord up here like this, just to change it up a bit. Remember that you only have the piano sound up to this note, so your chords have to stay in this range. The next time you play the chorus, it will be a medium chorus, so you'll play everything the same way. and it will be twice as long. Then when the chorus comes back again, you'll start by playing a down chorus, and this will be a down chorus that's different than all the other choruses. You'll have the song section control all the way down. You're going to be playing in this higher octave of the left hand range and chords in your right hand, right in this middle range. Now, this part in the original recording is a syncopated rhythmic part. So I'll show you how I like to play this. Here it is again slowly. Now for the second half of this chorus, you'll continue playing things the same way, but there are some additional riffs that I like to add to sound more like the recording. So the second half sounds like this. Here it is again slowly. So altogether, this chorus sounds like this. Now, you can change it up if you'd like. You don't have to play it exactly like that. The main idea is to fill the space here and play in a syncopated pattern. If you want to play that in other ways, you are more than welcome. Just keep in mind, you want to stay in this piano-only range, which is this note up to this note. So then you'll repeat the chorus again. For this part, you'll move the song section control to 1/3, play octaves in your left hand, and chords in your right hand. And for this part, I like to try and keep that syncopated rhythm, like this. Then you'll play this 3 times through, so a total of 4 times through the chorus here. 1 with the song section control all the way down, and then 3 at 1/3. For the turnaround, you'll have the song section control at 1/3. You're going to play single notes in the lowest octave of your left hand range and chords in your right hand. I like to voice those chords the same way as in the verses. For the refrain, you'll have the song section control at 2/3. You'll play octaves in your left hand and chords in your right hand. I like to voice these chords like I did in the chorus, with that minor 6 chord going up a little higher than previously. And for this chord progression, you'll move from the 4 to the 5, 1/3 to 6, 4, 5, 6, and hold on that for 2 measures. So it's slightly different than the choruses and the verses. Here's 1 time through that chord progression. For the instrumental, you'll have the song section control all the way down. You're going to be playing a riff in this higher octave of the left hand range. This riff matches what the bass player is playing. So depending on what your church decides to do, You can opt out of playing this part if someone else is covering it, or you can play it just so that you have a sound that's doubling this part. I'll teach it to you. Now, you may notice that when I play these notes down here, they actually sound higher than these notes up here. That is because later in the song, you're going to move the song section control to 1/3, and you're going to have some new sounds triggered in this range that aren't triggered up in this range. So we want to keep our notes in this octave because we've been playing chords up in this right hand range. So therefore, these notes down here are going to trigger the sound of these notes up here so that we can maintain that riff. Again, here's what that riff sounds like. Here's what it sounds like quickly. So you'll play through that riff a total of 3 times. Then for the 4th and final time of the instrumental, it's going to change slightly. I'll play this last line for you slowly. This is what I like to call the secondary riff. So the primary riff we play for 3 lines, and then the secondary riff is for the 4th and final line of this instrumental. I'll play that line one more time at tempo. The instrumental comes back later in the song. For this instrumental, you'll have the song section control at 2/3. And this is right in between when you're playing the 2 different bridges. So we're going to adopt what you play in the bridge section. For this part, you'll be playing octaves in your left hand with some additional hints of that riff that we were playing. And then you'll play a synth riff up high in your right hand. I'll show you the left hand part first. You'll notice that I'm keeping my pinky held down throughout the entire part and lifting my thumb up as soon as I play the note. That is so that I can keep the resemblance of this riff that we've been playing in this upper left hand range, but we want that ARP that's triggered down here to continue underneath the entire part and not restart when we change chords. You'll also want to practice refreshing your pedal between each chord change really fast, and then lifting it up so that you don't sustain those notes that you play in the right hand. If you keep the pedal down and just refresh on the chord changes, this is what that would sound like. Which it doesn't sound bad, but it doesn't give you that punch that we have from the staccato riff. I'll play this again for you slowly, but so that I don't conflict with the tempo of the ARP in the lower left hand range, I'll just play staccato down there as well. So you'll notice it's not the exact same as the riff we were playing before, but you are going to play that 6th scale degree of your key with your middle finger or your ring finger if you'd like, but I like the middle finger because it's closer to the note as you move into the 5 of your key. Then in the right hand up high, you're going to play a riff that complements the left hand part. This riff sounds like this. Now, I'm sure you can tell where this fits into the left hand riff, so I'll play both hands for you slowly. So So here it is at tempo with holding down that lower left-hand note. You'll play this 2 times total for this instrumental. For the down bridge, you'll have the song section control at 1/3. You're going to be playing the left-hand riff that we learned in the instrumental part. So if you haven't watched that section of the tutorial, I highly recommend that you go back and check that out. I'll go ahead and refresh your memory by playing it real quick for you. So you'll play through this down bridge 1 time with just the left hand. Then you'll bring in the right hand with the synth riff up high that we learned in the instrumental section. Just to refresh your memory, this is what that sounds like. So with both hands. And just a reminder, we're not using the pedal for any part of this section. So you'll play through that down bridge 2 times total. So we're at 3 times total for the down bridge, 1 with just the left hand and 2 with both hands. Next, you're going to move into a tag section where you'll repeat the last line of the down bridge 4 times total. You'll play everything pretty much the same way, but for this tag, we're going to play the secondary left-hand riff that we learned in the instrumental section. Just a refresher, here's what that sounds like. So with the right hand, it sounds like this. And so on and so forth. You'll play that through 3 times, and then the final line of this tag, we're going to play a 3rd riff, all right? I'll show you the left hand of this part first. Now here's what those notes are again. You start on this note, then this note, down here, back up. And this part goes fast, so you'll want to practice it a lot of times to get comfortable with this part, because it does come back later in the song. Just once again, here's that left hand part. And for that part, you can hold down the pedal to help you get to all those notes. So the right hand during this part does something new as well. Here's the right hand part. You'll play that on those 4 new notes that you play in your left hand. So with both hands, it sounds like this. So here's that entire last line. So remember, we're playing the secondary riff for 3 times through this tag, and then on the final line, we're playing that 3rd riff. The bridge comes back after an instrumental. For this part, you'll have the song section control at 2/3. you'll be playing octaves in your left hand and the synth riff up high in your right hand. Now, we learned this octave version of the left hand riff in the instrumental section, so again, I recommend going and watching that, but I'll show you quickly what that is one more time. And with both hands. So you'll play through this medium bridge 2 times total. Then on the last line of the second time, you're going to play the third riff. Now this time you play the third riff, you're going to do the beginning of this octave riff like this. And then you'll move to the new riff. So here it is slowly. And here it is with both hands. So just to review that one more time, you'll play 2 times through the medium bridge. The second time, the very last line, you're going to play that third riff. And then you're going to repeat all of this, okay? You're going to play the medium bridge 2 more times, and again, on that last line, you're going to play that third riff, okay? Then we're going to play through the bridge one more final time, and this will be a big bridge. So you'll have the song section control all the way up. This time you're going to play octaves in your left hand, not the octave riff, but just plain octaves. And you're going to play a synth lead in your right hand. Now I will mention moving into this section is quite difficult because you're playing that third riff, that quick moving line, right before you need to increase the song section control. So I'll tell you the most important part is to play the riff and get to the downbeat of the big bridge, and then once you're comfortable, move the song section control up. Okay, this just increases the intensity of this section. It does not have any necessarily important parts or sounds that have to be in right at the beginning. So get comfortable to where you're playing the chords at a good rate and then increase the song section control all the way up. All right, let's cover the synth lead that you're going to play in this section. And you'll just repeat that over and over. And your chords are going to be the same as they were in the left hand for previous sections. So it sounds like this together. So you'll play one time through this big bridge, then you're going to play a tag, which is just the last line of this bridge played 4 times total. Then on the last line of this tag, you're going to play the third riff. Okay, so we're going to be moving from the lead line to the riff. So for the right hand, that sounds like this. For the left hand, that will sound like this. Here's both hands. And that is a tag. So again, just to review, 3 times through, playing the lead in the right hand, octaves in the left hand. Then the last line of the tag, you're going to play that new riff. And you'll start by playing the lead line in your right hand and then the riff in your right hand afterwards. Then finally, at the very end of the song is the outro. Now the outro is just an instrumental version of what you just played, okay? So octaves in the left hand, lead line in the right hand, and that very last line of the outro, you'll play the third riff. Then you'll end on the 4 of your key, and you'll play this note in your right hand. And you'll just hold it for a beat or 2 and then let go. Now, obviously, this could be different depending on how your worship band decides to play this part, so you can change that up if you'd like. Be sure to watch the full demo video to see all of these parts in order and how we move the song section control throughout the song. Song-specific patches work best in the Sunday Keys template for MainStage and Ableton Live. Sunday Keys gives you all the sounds and tools you need to play live worship keys, and all of our song-specific patches integrate seamlessly with Sunday Keys. You can learn all about Sunday Keys for MainStage and Ableton Live on our website. Thanks for checking out this song-specific patch. I'm Julia with Sunday Sounds, and I'll see you next time.